Hi, welcome back to Elevated and Unapologetic. I am your host, Caitlin, and today we are talking all about pick-me energy and the fear of being left, the fear of being alone, being left, being abandoned. So we're going to talk today about the quiet yet powerful journey of decentering a romantic relationship, something that I have done after a season of trying to date. I was chasing love and I was believing that someone else had the power to choose me, when at the end I really realized that I have the power to choose myself, and I am the best relationship I will ever have in my life. If you've ever found yourself adjusting who you are to be wanted or desired by someone, if you've ever felt unlovable when things didn't work out with a relationship or a situationship, or if you're learning how to just be without someone, if you are learning that you are enough just innately as you are, then this podcast might just be for you or someone you know. So you can always, send it to someone if this sounds like a friend or a family member. Just saying. Also, while you're there, you can subscribe and like. So when was the moment I realized I was still centering a romantic relationship? I think we need to go backwards a little bit, because I thought I was ready to date really quickly after the boyfriend, if you've been following along on my story, the situationship, the boyfriend, whatever you want to call it, broke the rest of my heart after my divorce. So I thought quickly after, I've done some healing work, I'm going to jump back into the dating scene. And I thought I had a clear set of values and views on what I wanted in a relationship. I thought I had stronger boundaries because this man had destroyed my heart, so therefore I can spot a red flag a mile away. But I learned really quickly that there was a lot more healing that I needed to do, because I had this inner voice, this inner whisper that was telling me, not this. This isn't it. And I ignored her a lot of the times. And then finally, I was like, why not this? And I started to be curious about that whisper, about that voice. So as I dug into this whisper, this voice that I was hearing, my own, I asked her, then what? What is it? And I heard, just notice. So I started to notice what was going on in my body while dealing with dating, while engaging in trying to build relationship with other people. And I noticed within myself that I started to adjust myself to fit into these spaces that I didn't belong. I am a lot. And that is not a shame. There is nothing wrong with being a lot. I just have to find the person that has a big enough container to fit me in. I was trying to pour myself into a mug when I need an expansive bucket. I need a giant bucket to throw me into. And so I would pour so much of myself into this, and the overflow was too much for people to handle. They couldn't handle all of the things that I have and bring into this world. And for me, I thought that was something wrong with me, that I am too much and I am not worthy and I am going to be alone forever. Silly goose, you're not going to be alone forever. I noticed that the anxious part of me in relationship was starting to rear its ugly head again. And I found myself in situationships. I found myself in budding relationships and with people that I found attractive and I was interested in. And those old patterns and behaviors started to rear their ugly head. I was checking my phone. I was being anxious about whether or not they were going to text on time or in a timely manner, or if I was going to have to wait, and do I play the game? Do I wait? Do I not wait? Do I text back right away? I am a person who likes texting you. If I am interested in you, you will never have to guess if I like you. There is no games. I am on my phone a lot. And if I see a notification from the person that I'm interested in, I'm going to respond. I now expect that back. But in this stage that we're talking about, I was very anxious. I was like, why is he not texting? Is he not interested? Where did she go? Is she seeing other people? Is she like leading me on? It doesn't matter if I was dating a man or a woman, these things were coming up within me. It's not gender specific. It was humans that were triggering things inside me that I needed to look at on a deeper level. And I'm so grateful for that, because I have come into who I am today because of that. When you start feeling less than, and when you sit in that silence and that meditative state, which I hope you are doing, you can ask yourself, why or where in me do I feel less than? Write that down. Where in me do I feel less than? What about me is shrinking to feel less than? I had to ask myself the hard question and answer in a very vulnerable way. Why was I still centering a romantic relationship as proof of my worth? So I was dating, but I was not sure why. Dating wasn't just for fun. I still felt like I was on a mission to be chosen by someone. Who else is on a mission? Like, come on. Dating should be fun. You should be dating to learn about yourself. You should be dating to learn about other people and how other people can impact your life. I was not. I was dating to be chosen. I was like, someone out there is going to choose me, choose me, choose me, choose me, choose me. That pick me energy was so real. I tell you, I would bend so far to fit in with men, specifically gender. Yes, men. I wanted to be chosen by men. Women, I kind of felt like I could flow with them a little easier and dip into some more feminine energy. But that male patriarchal programming was so ingrained in me that if a man chooses me, now I've realized that I choose me, and that is the most important person to choose, right? Like, I don't need to be chosen no more. You don't like me? Okay, move along. Speaking of pick me energy, let's unpack that a little bit, shall we? Because I think it is something that people do talk about. I know that there are other people, influencers and podcasters, who talk about the pick me energy. I'm not going to go in too far, but this is something that I've realized just along my journey. That phrase can carry so much weight and so much shame. But let's maybe try to reframe that a little gentler. The pick me energy is not about being weak or desperate, even though you feel that way. It's about being conditioned. We as women, especially women, have been conditioned to be pick-me's. We have been conditioned to be agreeable, to be nice, to be moldable and malleable. Basically, we have been programmed to be easily manipulated, when that is not who we are innately. Women are powerhouses. We are powerful. We have intuition. We are naturally born leaders. We have the ability and the capability to love expansively. We have knowledge and wisdom. And when we actually get the opportunity to feel safe and dig into who we are as women, that can blossom outwardly and impact so many people in our lives and beyond. But the pick me conditioning pins women against each other. We are now in competition for men. And I don't understand that. I am a girl's girl through and through. I love women. I will support women. I want women to shine and to grow and to be abundant and so beautiful. But I have been working with men, and I also see the pick me energy is now in men. I am picking out these parts of men wanting to be valued and seen by other men. And so this pick me energy is not just gender specific. I'm noticing in my coaching calls that these men just want to be picked. Like, why did I not get the job? Why does he not want to go for drinks with me? Why does he not text me back? Why is my friend treating me this way? It is also very much in the male dominated spaces. I just don't think that there's a lot of women that talk about it. I don't think there's a lot of people talking about the fact that the pick me energy is still alive and abundant in the male dominated spaces. I'm laughing because I wrote down how the pick me energy was coming out in me. And I look at this and I'm just like, how did I ever, for those of you who know me, like Let's just talk about it, and then you tell me if this is how you could see me ever being. I was over explaining myself. I was trying to be low maintenance to be more desirable. I was compromising my needs to avoid being too much. And I would shrink my light and quiet my voice to allow them to shine brighter. Can you ever see a version of me being that? I am so bubbly and outwardly and confident, and I shine bright, and I am me unapologetically all of the time now. I cannot imagine having someone in my life, male or female, that makes me feel like I need to be in hidden. I can't imagine. Or being agreeable. I love having someone who comes in and challenges my belief systems. I love when someone comes in and challenges me. I do. It's not necessarily conflict, but just having that passionate conversation with someone. I live for those conversations because it really allows me to share my point of view, but then it also allows me to hold space and learn someone else's point of view, which only makes things more broad for me to understand where people are coming from. It's not about being right or wrong. It's about understanding how people get to the points that they get to. I love that. Love it so much. So good. If you notice any of these things or other things within yourself, please be gentle on yourself. Please don't judge yourself too harshly. I know judgment's going to come up because it's a natural part of us healing and growing, and we're like, why the fuck did you do that? However, be gentle. Be gentle with you, with little you, with unknowingly, with the part of you that did not know better, because you were only doing the things that you needed to do in the time that you had, right? Now that you know, you can't unknow. Now that you know, you can't unknow. And that is so true. Ignorance is bliss sometimes. But now that you know, you can have an understanding of who you are and how you function. And when you see these old patterns and behaviors coming to the forefront, you can, step back and reevaluate and start that process of healing and growing. We need to learn to love that version of ourselves. We need to hold them with so much tender love and care because they did what they needed to do in order to survive, right? When we are young, when we are children and we are abandoned by our parental guardians or the people who are supposed to be caring for us, we trust them. We trust that they're gonna, take care of us. And when that is broken, when that trust is broken and there's an abandonment wound deeply ingrained in who we are, and that program runs every time we come into a relationship with someone. We go back to old patterns and behaviors that worked because our brain likes that. It knows like, okay, these are the results we got and these are positive results, right? Like someone chose us, even if they weren't good for us. So be careful when you are sitting with yourself that judgment doesn't overshadow the compassion that you should have for yourself. I don't like using that word, but please have compassion for yourself, okay? Please be gentle. Please know that it's okay that you did what you needed to do to survive. But now, going forward, you can roll it back and you can realize, like, I love you and it's okay and we will be safe and we will be okay alone. Don't latch on to these people. Healing this wound, healing this part of you is not a straight line. Actually, all healing, okay, is not a straight line. You are not going to sit down and do this healing journey and it's going to be this beautiful ease. No, it's like this. It's all over the place, okay? Healing is not linear. Healing does not look like a cohesive, easy train ride down, the road. It is hard, okay? You're going to have twists, you're going to have turns, you're going to have explosions, things are going to happen, things are going to come in, and you're going to be like, what the hell? You're going to go backwards. You're going to be like, why? I thought I already healed this. What's coming up? What's triggering? The most beautiful part of healing is the awareness that you have or develop around yourself. And what I mean by that is every thought, every decision, every move that you make is thought, is awareness. You know what you're doing before you do it. And I think that is something that is a power. It is such a superpower that we have to go forward and to be authentically ourselves, not just authentically ourselves, but to be able to know that we belong in the world just as we are, and that what we have to say and to offer is valuable. And that wound that we're trying to heal, the abandonment wound, hides that part of ourselves because we want to be seen as the picture perfect human, whatever that looks like in our brain. And we don't want to cause conflict. We want to be liked. So we will be a chameleon of sorts and mold ourselves to fit into these different areas, even though internally we're like, this isn't where we belong. It doesn't matter. People will like us. People will see us. People will choose us. So healing this wound is not a straight line. It's about grieving the smaller version of ourselves, the childhood wound, the child within us who never felt like anyone stayed. It's healing the fact that people left us, that people abandoned the little version of ourselves. So usually I ask questions in my podcast and I have you write down those questions to do some journaling. I'm going to switch it up just a touch today. I wanted to share what has helped me going forward, and maybe this will be beneficial for you. So what did I do in order to heal this abandonment wound within me? Inner child healing is really important work because we get to fully come into our own. I feel like I'm going on a tangent a little bit, so follow me. In therapy, when I was doing my intensive year of therapy, I learned that there are different parts of ourselves, okay? We have all these little parts and they need to be together, right? So we have all these parts within us. We don't know where all they are, like what they're doing or what's going on, unconscious programming, parts of ourselves. I found it super beneficial in therapy to sit in a meditative state and have a meeting with all these parts. I didn't know how many parts I had until I had the meeting. So you get in a meditative state and you sit in a space that is safe, that is quiet, and that you can really sit and talk to the parts of yourselves. Notice how many chairs there are, or how many seats, or how many spots there are if you're sitting on the ground, how many spots are on the beach. Notice how many parts are coming, how many parts are resistant to come. So for me personally, I found that really helpful to sit and talk and to gather my parts and to talk to them. It works. It might sound a little crazy, but I promise you that doing this inner work will only help you move in the world in a more cohesive, grounded, authentic way. But when it comes to my inner child, I felt it more beneficial to write letters to myself. I would write her notes. I would write her letters. I would tell her in those letters that you aren't waiting for someone to come back. You aren't waiting for that person to choose you. You are waiting for you to choose you. And I'm coming. I'm coming to get you. I would write to her as though I was her mother. I was her friend. Her, like, I love you so much. I'm coming. I'm coming for you. I have you and you are safe. This, I know it sounds really woo-woo when I talk about this stuff, but I'm telling you what worked for me, and take it or leave it. This is what I did. Being present with myself, reminding myself that no one is abandoning me right now. Reminding myself that people come and go, and that is life. Life is all about change and growth, and people will come in for a season or a reason and they will leave, and that's okay. What is most important is that I am here to stay. I am here grounded in who I am, and I will choose myself. Other people can go, other people can come. I have a lot of love to give. I am abundant. All of those things just help me detach, stop latching on to people who would come into my life. Boundaries. Boundaries are important, not only with other people, but also within myself. Not letting myself spiral every single time I got triggered. So allowing myself to witness what was going on within myself, and then being like, hey girl, I know you want to spiral right now. I know that you're feeling like, but it's okay. It's okay. We got this. It's going to be fine. So setting those boundaries, having that inner talk with yourself is important, and it's fun. You might sound a little crazy. I probably sound a little crazy right now talking about this in this way, but hey, I'm just sharing what worked for me. That's what worked for me. I had spent so much time looking for someone to choose me, that I didn't even realize that I never even stayed or chose myself. I was so busy looking outwardly, wanting someone to see me, wanting someone to choose me, that I didn't even choose or notice myself. How sad is that? That I moved in the world without even recognizing my own beauty, my own power, my own ability and capabilities. I wanted someone to come in and be like, I see all of this beauty in you. Let me bring it out of you. I did all that work on my own. All of this that you see today is a testament to me doing the hard work on myself. And I'm so proud of it. And I want everyone watching this right now to feel this way. I want you to feel empowered and loved by yourself. I want you to feel like you can move in the world with all your weird quirks and your beauty and your gifts, and know that it will be accepted where it is needed. You are needed in this world. So go out and blossom and bloom and allow yourself to shine, because you will not be for everyone, and everyone will not be for you, and that is okay. That is okay. Do not dim yourself down to be chosen. Okay, Caitlin, that sounds great. I love this. This sounds so great. But how do you go from feeling really bad, like really bad, to going and feeling happy? How did you get from feeling abandoned and alone and isolated and sad and not chosen, like no one will ever choose you, to being happy? How did you get there? Oh, let me tell you. There's a moment in this healing journey that feels like peace and stillness and calm. It's not like the empty feeling or the lonely feeling where it's like grasping at things or wanting someone to come in. It's a life that is just so full of you. Just you. It's a feeling of recognizing I have arrived. I am here. I actually made a video about that, about being in that arriving space and what it feels like to just like be at home with yourself. I started waking up not needing a good morning text. How many of you would wake up and be so disappointed if you didn't have a good morning text? I have no one texting me, okay? I'm so alone. There's no one texting me, but I don't reach for my phone and look for that dopamine kick. I wake up and I smile and I'm like, oh my gosh, my body just did all the things it needed to do to wake up today. I have a whole day to be alive. What am I going to do with it? I get excited to wake up because I am alive. I am here. I am present. I get excited about my morning coffee and being able to sit on my porch and watch the birds and have the sunrise. I get excited to just be and live and exist. I literally walk around my house just smiling. I own this home. I own everything in it, and I cultivated such a beautiful space for me and my boys, and I just feel so much gratitude and love for me because I did that. I built this. I did all of this, and I'm so proud of her. For the first time in my life, I didn't feel like something's missing. For the first time in my life, I don't feel like something is missing. I don't feel like there's a person that needs to come in to help me with anything. I don't feel like there's a missing puzzle piece, because the missing puzzle piece all along has been me. I was in search of the question or the answers that I always had within me. I found that puzzle piece and I put it inside, and I am whole on my own, unapologetically me. I'm no longer checking for love. I'm no longer waiting for it. I'm no longer proving to people, especially people on the internet, that I am worthy of it, or that I am worthy to be seen, valued, and heard. I'm no longer trying to prove myself. I have nothing to prove. I am just living. I'm just here existing, living my life abundantly, unapologetically, happily. Living my life is so beautiful. And I want you to take a moment, get your pen out. Now you can get your pen out. You got it? What does it mean for you to have a beautiful, full life? You can make bullet points. You can write it all out. Go from the moment you wake up to the moment you go to sleep. What does it look like in one day? What a beautiful, abundant life. What does that look like for you? Include everything. Go ham. Write it all out. For me, laughing with my kids, having experiences with my best friend, making memories, watching the birds on my porch, dancing in the kitchen, having car jam out sessions, singing so loud and off key, spending a weekend with myself, having that time to just sit with myself, to go hiking, to experience nature and the water on a paddleboard. To me, it's making myself a delicious meal because I deserve to eat good food. Writing, journaling, creating, cultivating community, reaching out to people and checking in on people that I've worked with in the past that maybe I don't work with anymore, but cross my mind. I reach out to you. If you've ever worked with me, I never forget you. And I reach out and I check in, not to book another call, just genuinely curious about who you are. I love how much I love. I love how much I pour into the world around me. This is a life that I've come to realize that I have intentionally cultivated. Every part of my life is something that I have intentionally put in. I put in, sometimes I remove, sometimes I add this, but my life as a whole is so beautiful. And I'm so grateful for the life that I get to live every single day, and I never take it for granted, ever. Ask anybody in my personal life. I am not just shooting smoke up your ass. I am not lying. I truly love the life I get to live every single day. And I really want you to get to that point in your life where you love the life that you get to live, because baby, when you arrive at that point, you are unshakable and you protect that at all costs. Here's what I've come to believe and some things that I've learned. We are not meant to center romantic relationships. We are not meant to center other people outside of ourselves. We are meant to center our truth, our self-worth, our own purpose. What is your purpose? Joy, love. Love, as the big word it is, love. Because love gets to complement your life, not define your life. Love gets to be the umbrella and gently cascade over you. Ooh, isn't that beautiful? That's what love is. I am not saying that you can't desire a partnership. I'm not saying that I'm sitting here and I'm just like, I never want love. I still have moments where I desire partnership, and that is okay. There's nothing wrong with the desiring and wanting a romantic relationship. You can still be open to it. You can still have the space within you that when it comes in, that you are ready to receive it. It's about not chasing it, not needing someone to rescue you, not needing someone to pull you out of your solitude, because in your solitude, you are comfortable now. You enjoy your solitude. No matter what happens to you, romantic love or not, you are going to still have that carved out time to spend with yourself because you love yourself. You want to know what's going on internally. You want to know what's checking in and being alone. You are going to value that now, and it's going to be a prerequisite no matter who comes into your life. You don't need to be chosen. You don't need to be chosen by anyone but yourself. That's an inside job, okay? Stop giving your power away to other people. So if you're in this season of solitude and you are wondering if something is wrong with you, there's not. Let me remind you, you are not broken because you're not a microwave or an appliance. You can't just go buy a new part, okay? You are not broken. You are budding. You are blooming. You are coming into. You know, I think it's really beautiful when I think about a tree and I see like these new seedlings coming up, and they're just so fresh and they're just so little. But I know underneath the ground there are all these root systems. You are the root system right now. And you might just be this little thing up top, but underneath you are building this beautiful, strong foundation that is going to carry you into this new season. You are a beautiful tree that is growing. Underneath the surface is where the work is. Building that foundation within yourself is so important. Don't overlook that work. You're not behind. You are exactly where you are meant to be, and you are becoming who you are meant to be, okay? Give yourself grace. Allow this time to sit in this in-between, in this solitude, because this is a gift. I've said this before. This season of life is truly a gift for you to be alone and to sit in it. so beautiful. So many people before us also, like generations, were just like forced into marriages. How beautiful is it that we get a choice? Okay, I'm so grateful that we get this choice and we don't have to like dive into marriage at 17. We get to just sit and be with ourselves and learn who we are so we can go forward and actually choose good people for ourselves. Well, that brings us to the end of the episode. I want to thank you so much for tuning in today. Hopefully you are drinking some coffee, taking some notes. If this resonated with you, be sure to subscribe, like, and follow for more so we can continue to connect and grow this community. Make sure that you share this with someone who needs to hear it, because I'm pretty sure there are more people in the world that need to hear some of the things that I said today. I know when I was writing this episode, I definitely needed to hear it again. Like, I'm going through my journals and I'm like, girl, I'm so proud of you. So proud of you. And if you really did connect with me, I hope that you will go follow me on all the other platforms. Wherever you're listening or watching this, go follow me, go stalk me, because I do like the community that we're building and I like to interact with you. So, and lastly, I know this is a long ending. Half of you probably already clicked off of this video. I do have coaching sessions available, one-on-one coaching. If you are in your rut and you can't get out and you feel like, I just need a little assistance, I got you. Hi, me, Caitlin. I would love to sit with you and help you through that. So link on my website to book a coaching call. That's the only way you can book with me. Please don't get scammed. Okay, there, rant over. I hope you guys have a great day. Thank you so much again, and I love you.